It's my vinyl update for September 2023. Hi everybody, and here we go again. Another month's gone. September 2023 completed, and this is my vinyl update. A fair bit this week, this month. Not loads and loads and loads, but a decent chunk. Most of which I haven't shown during the month, so I'll crack straight on. I'll start with the new stuff that I haven't shown, and a couple of 7-inch singles. Both of these were pre-orders. This one I completely forgot I'd pre-ordered until it turned up. This is Mark Almond, take your pick, with Mike Garson of Spiders from Mars and other Bowie work fame. And this is their version of the Jack Brel song My Death, which obviously Bowie did regularly throughout his career. So yeah, this has got a studio recording on side A, and on side B is a live recording from 2019. This just appealed, basically. I pre-ordered it through Cherry Red Records. Haven't listened to it yet, but it's the sort of track I can imagine Mark Almond doing a really good version of. And this is the new single by Matt Berry with KPM. So KPM are a... Sorry, I've got something on the screen and it's distracting me. Bear with me. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Oh, now it's all gone dark. Is that better? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yes, so KPM, what's the word I'm looking for? Catalogue music. Is that what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Label. And Matt Berry has composed a KPM style track, basically. And it's called Top Brass. And this is the single of it. They have also done an album, which I've pre-ordered, the limited green version through Acid Jazz. Comes in it a little inner sleeve as well. So we've got a remix on the B-side and the original. Then onto the 12-inch vinyl, and this is the new EP by Belinda Carlisle. So this was bought through a slice of vinyl for $17.99. Don't ask me what those two cost, I can't remember, the two singles. All the tracks here are written by Diane Warren, who's written many big famous songs, including many of Belinda's hits. Comes with a nice, it's called Kismet, as you can see. Comes with a nice little inner credit sheet. And it's on purple vinyl. So the actual tracks were released digitally quite a few months ago. And then the vinyl actually came out this month. This I pre-ordered. It's quite weird. I pre-ordered it a few weeks, well, a couple of months ago probably now, just after I watched this film. And it came out... It came out a week before Kylie came out. But they saved it and didn't ship it until Kylie week. I paid full shipping prices and what have you, and it didn't come with the Kylie one, but it was on hold and will be shipped with your next pre-order for some reason. But this is the movies, or at the movies, from Music on Vinyl, which I think they used to call Movies on Vinyl, but they've renamed it. Release of a soundtrack to the film Call Me By Your Name. Exclusive limited edition of 15,000 copies on velvet purple marbled vinyl, featuring Futile Devices Doveman remix, Mystery of Love, and Visions of Gideon by Sufjan Stevens. I think that's how you say his name. Contains printed inner sleeves, a mini poster, and a sheet with exclusive pictures. And I'm number 04453 of 15,000. So yes, this was a film recommended to me by my friend Lauren. You may recall I picked up the soundtracks to Interstellar and Dunkirk for similar reasons. Watched the film, really hit me right at the. I was sort of trying to work out why she recommended. You know, it was good, but it wasn't great. And then right at the end, it really hit me in the feels, and I loved it. But it's got brilliant soundtrack. It's got a mixture of classical and 80s pop on it, and I really enjoyed it. Plus these new tracks by Sushan Stevens. So when this came up, I thought, oh yeah, I love that. It's lovely packaging, as you can see. It's in a foil sleeve. Really beautiful packaging. And then a little credit inner there. And a poster. But yeah, I do recommend the film as long as you're comfortable watching a gay love story. Which is no reason why anybody shouldn't be, but I know some people are funny about that sort of thing. But if you're happy watching such a film, I do recommend it. And yeah, so velvet purple, marbled vinyl. So it's not a heavy marbling, but there are sort of darker patches in it. Nice glossy, although not lined sleeve. Marbling a bit more evident in this one. So yeah, so there's quite a few classical piano pieces because one of the main characters plays the piano in this. But on top of that, there's Lady by Giorgio Moroder and Joe Esposito. Germination by Richie Sakamoto. Words by F.R. David. And The Magnificent Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs, which features quite heavily in the film. Yeah, plus a load of piano pieces. Apologies for the... Turn this off a second. See if it's any clearer. So you can see the track listing. So this... Oh, actually, I have shown this, but so I should put it at the end, but I'll quickly show it now. This is the new album by Joel Stoker, The Undertow, called The Undertow. Joel Stoker is the lead singer of The Rifles. This is his first solo album. He did an in-store signing at A Slice of Vinyl. I did a video about this. Haven't listened to the album yet, but really liked what I heard at the signing. Ugh. Oh, it's really staticky. And this is this for clear or is this, I can't remember. Yeah, this is just clear vinyl. I was trying to think. I knew one of the in-store signings was Glow in the Dark, but that was the Tribes last month, wasn't it? Yeah, and signed to me. I had a thing on Amazon, £5 off if you spend £25, I think it was, and that made it worthwhile me picking up this, which is Life in Cartoon Motion by Mika, another music on vinyl release. So at Isle of Wight Festival this year, I saw Mika, and he was absolutely magnificent. Wonderful live performer, extremely charismatic, spent most of the show out in the audience, even though it was pouring with rain at the time, and great fun pop songs. Grace Kelly, obviously the big hit that everybody knows, Lollipop, Love Today, Relax, Take It Easy, and Big Girl, You're Beautiful. That's 5 great singles on one album. So I've been keeping an eye out for this since. Slice of Vinyl did get it in, but it was sold before I got there. Nice inner with credits and some lyrics. I believe there is a yellow vinyl version of this, but this was just for black vinyl. I'm fine with that. In a polyline sleeve. A couple new Prince reissues this month, both soundtrack albums. So we have Graffiti Bridge. So bought this from a slice of vinyl for $29.99. So Graffiti Bridge was the sequel to Purple Rain, released 6 years later. Went direct to video, complete flop. It's not a great film. There's elements to it I love. There's some really good live performances in there. It looks quite good, but the storyline is just nonsense, unfortunately. But I do love this album. So it comes, as these reissues do, with replicas of the original inner sleeves, and then separate polyline sleeves for the discs, and these match the originals. I was going to say perfectly, but actually that's not strictly true. The actual discs do. But with all these recent re-releases, he says, I think, certainly Love Sexy, and certainly these two. So I'm guessing, I haven't actually compared, well, I haven't got an album to compare to, and for you I haven't actually compared. Get in. So it's not a gate, even though it's double album, it's not a gatefold, that's why it's all still shrinked up. That's why I'm struggling to get in. I've got it, he says. The artwork is ever so slightly cropped, sort of, you know, probably a centimetre all round. It's in tighter for some reason, but if you compare them side by side, it's quite obvious, especially on Love Sexy. But yeah, the same does apply to Batman as well. It's just ever so slightly cropped. But yes, this is Prince's Batman. Soundtrack from, inspired by, from the year before, 1989. So some of these tracks feature in Tim Burton's Batman, the rest are inspired by. And again, replica of the original. This came with numerous different labels. This has gone with the Batman logo one, but it was released just on plain Warner Brothers labels as well. Batman. And last new one that I haven't already shown is the 10th anniversary deluxe edition of Haim's debut album, Days Are Gone. So this was the only Haim album that I didn't have, so pre-ordered it through Slice of Vinyl straight away. It's $41.99, but it is a really nice package. It is a double album as well. So it comes in a plastic slip. Sort of an O card. No, it's not an O card because it's sealed at the end. Just a plastic slip case, which the girls are actually printed on. So that leaves behind just a blank cover. Well, you know, with just the grass. It is a gatefold. So you get the original album, and it's on a nice transparent green. And you get a poster for sisters. And then you get a bonus disc. B-sides and remixes. Just wanted to check exactly what the bonuses were, whether they were outtakes or B-sides and remixes. So that's great. So that's all the new stuff that I haven't already shown. Preloved, start with a couple of free charity shop purchases. I wasn't intentionally going charity shopping, but I popped into Gosport to buy something else, and I parked in, not that it means much to any of you, but North Cross Street. So at the moment there's some major redevelopment going on in Gosport Town Centre. They're relocating the bus station and rerouting through the high street where the buses are going to go, and it's major controversy and work. And one of the side effects is that North Cross Street, which contains a few shops, is half closed off. But there are a few parking spaces there, and that's where I managed to park. And Scope is located in there, and they've been sort of pleading for people to come in because the works are literally right in front of them, and you've got to sort of walk all the way around the works and then back on yourself to get into Scope. And they've seen a downturn in trade. So since I was parked near there anyway, I felt sorry for them, and I popped in to see if they had anything. I picked up a complete Gavin and Stacey box set on DVD, which I've never owned. I've never even watched Gavin and Stacey, for £2, and that was sealed, so that was a bargain. And then these all cost £1 each, and I wasn't going to let them go for £1. So first up we have Elvis Fun in Acapulco. So I like Elvis. I'm not mad on him. I've got a couple of best-ofs. I've got an album that I've had since I was a kid. I'm not going to spend money on him, but for £1, yes please. Polyline sleeve. On RCA Victor. I mean, you know, his soundtrack albums are far from his best work, but as I say, it was £1. Needs cleaning, dusty, but otherwise no damage. Apart from this inner sleeve, which is stopping it going in. Got ya. Whitney Houston's second album, Whitney. I Want to Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me, Love Will Save a Day, Didn't We Almost Have It All, So Emotional, Where Do Broken Hearts Go? All on here. And, you know, I've got a best of Whitney. I did have this on cassette. This is very dirty, but it is just dirt. There's no scratches or anything that I could see. There's hairs on it and fingerprints, and as I say, just dirt, but nothing that should affect play. Hopefully, once I've cleaned it, for £1. Happy to spend that on it. She's definitely somebody else, you know, just charity shop purchases for me. And an album I've been considering getting for ages, and so for £1 again. The Grease soundtrack. When I was a kid, Grease was everything. You know, everybody loved Grease. Again, dirty. But I didn't spot any. There's, you know, sort of light scratches, but nothing that should affect play. Again, second disc, a few light scratches, but nothing major. And then the rest of the Preloved are all slice of vinyl purchases throughout the month, 2 or 3 different visits. Most recently, so for £15, that's £13.50 with my discount. B-52s bouncing off the satellites. Add to my B-52s collection. Wig is on here. I think that's the only one that I know. If that makes sense. Polyline sleeve on Island. Didn't check these because I trust them. Yeah, that's perfect. Apart from a little bit of dust. This has actually been in there for a while. But I bit the bullet this time on it. And best of Gil. It's Gil or Jill? Scott Heron. I think it's Gil. sort of beat poet, early sort of precursor to rap. Revolution will be televised. Revolution will be televised, or will not be televised. Sorry. Sort of a biggie on this, but I don't know anything else, but interested to hear it. And it was, what was it, £12, so £10.80. Sort of light marks on it, but nothing that will affect play. Earlier in the month, picked up another Kid Creole album from my Kid Creole collection. River Coconuts, Mrs. Doppelganger. This cost me £5, so £4.50. Yeah, don't recognise any of the song titles. But his albums are always enjoyable, and this is a couple of very, very light marks, but I would say near mint. And the sleeve is in excellent condition. And for my Brothers Johnson collection, Blast. Again, £4.50 with my discount. And this is a promo copy, not for sale. Strawberry Letter number 23 is on here. Stomps on here. I think this must be a best of then, isn't it? Yeah, this is a compilation. I didn't even realise that. It's falling apart, but £4.50. I might have avoided picking it up if I'd realised it was a compilation, but that's my fault. But never mind. It might become my default Brothers Johnson album, much as I have enjoyed the others that I've got. That's pretty much perfect. I've lost my end. Another compilation. Say another. I've not shown them for this, but I knew it was a compilation anyway. This is again £5, £4.50. The Singer and the Song, 20 original classics. So 10 aside, so sound quality might not be great, but they're nearly all acoustic-y type songs. You've got full lyrics somewhere, which is unusual for a compilation. But we got Vincent by Don McLean, Fire and Rain, James Taylor, Catch the Wind, Donovan, Cathedral Song, Tanita Tikaram, Walk on the Wild Side, Lou Reed, Suzanne Leonard Cohen, Where'd You Go To My Lovely, Peter Starstead, If You Could Read My Mind, Gordon Lightfoot, How Men Are by Roddy Frame, Aztec Camera, and You're So Vain Live by Carly Simon. Don't think I know the Gordon Lightfoot and the Roddy Frame tracks, but otherwise a perfect side. Side 2, Orinoco Flow by Enya, which I don't really like, to be honest. Your Song, Elton John. Last Thing on My Mind, Tom Paxton. Streets of London, Ralph McTell. Chelsea Morning, Joni Mitchell. Me and Bobby McGee, Chris Christopherson. Never Rains in Southern California, Albert Hammond. Baker Street, Jerry Rafferty. Kid by Chrissy Hind, Pretenders. And Fool If You Think It's Over by Chris Rea. So yeah, 2 excellent sides of music there. So for a £5, yeah, I'll have that. As I say, tightly packed grooves, so it's not going to be amazing sound quality, but as you know, vast majority of those are acoustic-y type tracks, so it shouldn't really matter. Not going to be heavy on bass and stuff like that. And it cost me £4.50. As did Conscience by Womack and Womack. I had this on cassette from when I was a kid, so I've been meaning to pick it up at some point on either vinyl or CD, and vinyl came up first. Teardrops and Celebrate the World are sort of the biggies on this, but it was a good album, I remember. And this is pretty much mint. And polyline sleeve as well. And then lastly for the Preloved, it says, trying to put this away, is a comedy album. It's a comedy album, and it is the Heebie-Jeebies, 439 Golden Greats. Again, it's £5 or £4.50. In case you're wondering, so Slice of Vinyl put their records in that way in the sleeve, so it's open on that end, because it's easier for browsing. You don't get loose bits, flappy bits at the top. However, I like to store mine the other way so that you don't pull the sleeve out of the shelf and not the vinyl. It means the way I store them, the vinyl is protected inside the sleeve, in case you're wondering. But yes, 439 Golden Greats by the Heebie-Jeebies, featuring Smash Twits 8-page mag inside, which is inside. So this is a spin-off from Radioactive, which was a comedy radio show, and that became KYTV on television. Those of you of a certain age will know that. Angus Dayton, Philip Pope, and why is Mike Fenton Stevens' name just gone out of my head? Are the Heebie-Jeebies, and they basically do spoof songs of popular acts of the day and before. So it's a double cover, and never mind the originals. Here's the Heebie-Jeebies. So it's done up like an enemy spoof. Light marking, nothing but will affect play. And then you've got a fanzine magazine type thing inside. So they had a bit of a hit from this with Meaningless Songs by the Heebie-Jeebies, which is their Bee Gees parody. But then they got Jack Michelson, Dancing Up the Wall, the Beagles, Dead Cicada, David Bow Wow, quite ahead of my time, Kenny Rogered, You're My Son, Status Quid, Boring Song, another Heebie-Jeebies with R, the PCs, Too Depressed to Commit Suicide, that's for Police I believe, Paul McCart, Frob and Wangs, Simple Song, St Winelot's Reform School Choir with Grandma, Baba, Music Machine, Larry Pilson, Oh Me, and Neil Dung, Bob Villan, The Bland, Frank Sumatra, Dean Martian, Leonard Crowing and George Harrison with Bird of Peace. They did do a second album with a Prince spoof on it, which I hoped was on this one, but it isn't. So I will be keeping an eye out for that. And then last up is the stuff I've already shown, and that's for various versions of Kylie's new album, Tension. So I will quickly show these in case you haven't watched the unboxing video for that. This is the HMV exclusive transparent green vinyl. This is the Amazon exclusive transparent pink vinyl. This is the indie exclusive that I got through her web store. Orange vinyl. Translucent orange. This is the standard black vinyl. And then this is the deluxe version with a big thick booklet in there. And this is on silver vinyl. It's a good album. It's not her best, but it's a good, decent pop album. Okay, so that was my purchases for September. October could be interesting. I've got some big releases. There's the Prince Super Deluxe release of Diamonds and Pearls, which will be at least one big video because I've got everything ordered. New Taylor Swift 1989 Taylor's version release comes out on the same day. Various other bits and bobs through the month. I'm in Plymouth for a wedding end of this week, so if I get the chance I want to do a bit of record shopping while I'm in Plymouth. End of the month, but actually that'll go into November. But I'm going to Cardiff a couple of days, but that'll be in November's video. And if I do a separate video for it, that'll be November. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some buying in October. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks.